It's not the shaykh doing something for you. He's not the creator, astaghfirullah, he's not in competition with the Divine, he's not acting like he's Divine. But he's like a pharmacist where the Divine knows that this servant of mine has a difficulty, sickness, shortness, whatever the test is, I will call in advance to that pharmacist and your prescription will be ready. And as a result we would attend the associations waiting, because lots of testing in our lives, lots of difficulties, lots of confusions, lots of everything. And when you have a faith, when your faith is strong and you realize that as soon as that portal opens, that mouth opens, prescription is coming. And we stand in line and take that prescription. That prescription uniquely for myself, I don't care left and right and who hears it, didn't hear it, I'm not thinking this is for this or for that, but it's prescription for me. And I write that prescription down and it becomes my medication and it becomes my reality, and it's stored away for that moment because only I know what the condition of my testing was or that it was to be coming. And as a result and a reality, we had a tremendous respect for the talks. That was the only thing we were interested in. Anything else was just entertaining. But when that portal opened and when that reality opened, we were in need of what was coming through. And our understanding was that this was a guidance from Ati'ullah, Ati' Rasul, and through the heart of this ulul amr the guidance was coming. And my respect for the ulul amr gave me clarity that the guidance was from Prophet and that guidance was from Izzati wa Jalalihi, from Allah Almighty. This is the channel of the system that the tariqah operates. And as a result, the respect we had for every prescription that came. That's why we wrote it. If somebody tells you, take this, take these herbs, chop these herbs, put this in, put that in, put this in, would you not write that? And your life and your family and your children's lives were based on that? Because you would come back and say, what were the herbs? And by memory you would do that? Not at all. But what you do show is your level of respect for that. So you don't view it as medicine, that's when now you come to who you are. Because we said, people are coming to calibrate the shaykh, you're not a shaykh, you're a shaykh. You don't worry about me, I have my certificate and I know my place in the grave. But you don't know yourself and you don't know what condition your grave is coming. So it's not about you identifying me or who I am, or you like me, don't like me, I talk like this, I talk like that, that's not your business. Your business is get that prescription. And when you love that reality, respect that reality, you understand that that prescription is coming uniquely for you with all its miracles. And as a result, this was alam bil qalam, the writing, absorbing and fixing in ways that I knew and more in ways I had no idea, because I didn't know the reality that Allah is going to plant within me. All I knew were the difficulties that I was facing in life. Nobody knows the realities what Allah is going to address them with. So how would you possibly know what that nisa and that advice was granting to you? but it was your respect. That's why tariqah is based on adab. It's not based on aql. It's not based on verifying hadith and footnotes, and this is a different group of people. You're completely somewhere else. This is a school of faith, immense faith. And we can only give by analogies because there's no words for the tongue to describe its haqqaiq, other than the shaykh is a pharmacist. He gets a call that prepare this talk, it's a medicine. And within his heart that talk comes and medicine begins to flow. It's never prepared, it's never written. Because how could you prescribe? Mawlana Shaykh would say, how could I have like 5 prescriptions already made and give them to you? So then when you go to an external scholar, he's already written prescriptions because he's thought about his talk, he's wrote all his footnotes. So you have all this like in a pharmacy. Imagine you go to a pharmacy counter and the pharmacist already pre-made all these medicines and, oh you can have that one. You know, it's going to kill you, it's going to make you sick, it's going to heal you, or it's going to make you vomit, or what's going to happen with that? That's why external talks you can go and sometimes come away nauseous, like what the heck was that guy talking about? But internal talks and the people of haqqaiqs and reality, every word coming through in the belief system is from the Divine. Because these are the servants of Atiullah wa Atiur Rasul ulul amri minkum. And this was their ijazah, saying that we give you the fayaz, we give you support, we give you wise, we give you every ability to communicate through our hearts and facilitate that reality, that nisa, so that it's reaching from the heart of Prophet. And as a result, the ihtiram, the love, the respect, then we would cherish that opening that would come, we would write it, we'd absorb it, we let nobody distract us from it. It wasn't about going places to eat and to talk and to chat on the side, but to get my prescription because of what I was in need of. But this is the reality of Rijalullah. But what happens to people is that they disrespect the talks and they have lack of faith because they're not understanding that system. That how could he possibly be giving me advice? I haven't told him my problem. Why would he possibly need to hear your problem? If we understood what I just said, and people think, no, I got to get to the shaykh, I got to tell him my problem. Why do you have to tell me your problem? I'm not God for you, what am I going to do with your problem? But the one who knows, who gave you the problem, he knows exactly what your prescription, all he has to do is phone it in to us. You'd go to a pharmacy and start arguing with the pharmacy? No, I want this, I want that. What do you want with me? Go back to your doctor and resolve your issue and have him call in your prescription. And that's why many people, Mawlana would say, it just makes people happy that they want to pretend like they're talking to you, just okay. Because their faith is weak and just want to tell you everything in too much detail, and they want to talk to you for 2 hours about all their problems. But with this analogy you have to understand, that's why external people also think it's a shirk. That who are you taking this guy other than Allah? I said, well, because that guy doesn't know and he's explaining to you incorrectly. But if you listen to the shaykh speak, it's all from Allah. I don't have to hear anything, my shaykh never had to hear anything. All I had to hear was the sohbah. Because I knew that my Lord was calling me to that channel and I already knew my heart was directed there. You cannot have thumma amanu, thumma kafaru, one day you believe, next day you don't believe. The minute I believed, my heart was locked, that my medicine comes through here. And as a result, my loyalty, my love, my lock onto that And then I realized that every time there was a talk was a medicine for me, medicine for me, medicine for me. And if I didn't need it at that time, I still stored that medicine safely in my cabinet because I knew I was going to use it soon if it wasn't at that moment. And what people of lesser faith or dropping faith, they come and they keep saying, "Oh shaykh, don't drop us, don't drop us." That statement in itself is a bad level of faith because a shaykh doesn't drop anyone. Like a mountain that you're trying to climb on a reality, and that's why Allah describes the shaykhs, they're like awtad. Awtad is a mountain that stabilizes the earth. It's not a hill. It's not a hill. When the earth is oscillating in an area that shakes too much, the shaykhs are awtad, that their presence stabilizes everything like a mountain. The mountain doesn't throw you off. How does it do that? Come and cut you? Or every character you have, everything you're doing, you don't see that your knife is cutting your rope. You're the one not respecting anymore, so you just cut now. You're the one not listening to the talks thinking, it's not for me, he's talking about someone else. That's like you came to the counter of this pharmacy, you took the prescription and you threw it onto the ground. That's when we said you don't respect what's coming. If you don't think that that talk was for you at that moment, or that you would store it away for the next day, something's coming to you. You just don't know it yet. It's exactly like going to the pharmacy, your prescription's ready, you take it, that doctor doesn't always talk, and threw away the medicine. Become bi-ihtiram, that you don't keep an ihtiram, you don't keep a respect for what's coming from Allah, what's coming from Prophet and through the ulul amr. And as a result, what they see in your hand is a knife, and that knife you're cutting your rope, and you're cutting. Shaitan's very clever. If you cut too fast you'll catch and say, oh what's going on? But he cut one string at a time and the rope may have 100 strings on it and like twine, twisted. But he's cutting one at a time, slowly, so that you don't comprehend you're cutting your rope. The sohbahs are not more powerful for you, they're less important. Other things come up, other things are important. This is not for me, this is for someone else. And as a result, less of your awrad, less of your practices, less of your salawats, string by string it's being cut, being cut, being cut. Until the final rope is that I don't even know, I didn't get any benefit from this. I don't know what's going on. Because the nafs will come and shaitan will flip the whole thing for the final rope to be cut. And there are people from 20 years of service and they come back and say, I don't know what I got out of all of this. Maybe you owe me some money or something for what I did. Because now they don't value anything from what they got of realities, of what they got of haqqaiqs, of what they got of khidmat. None of those prescriptions that helped you and develop all your family count. And now you want to put a material value on it. I got nothing from this guy, from this way, and that's your final rope, you cut it. And as a result, the mountain didn't throw you, but you cut yourself from that reality and you go tumbling down. Because your belief is no stronger now, you're not in more haqqaiqs. You're not going to re-establish yourself with someone else to do khidmat. Nothing, you're just falling down a hill. And it has nothing to do with the shaykh. That, oh, you have to hear my issues, you do like this, don't shut the door to me, all these emails and whatever people are processing. You have the wrong understanding. Shaykh is not sitting and picking people, he just keeps talking. Here's a pharmacy, when the prescription comes in, the talk comes out. Prescription comes in, the talk comes out. You want your medicine? Right. When they say go out, do khidmah, do service, keep good manners, good character, every time those are the signs. If your character is becoming worse because you're now too around the shaykh, your manners become worse, your demeanour becomes worse, you're falling. There's nobody who achieved anything in the presence of a shaykh. That, oh, I've achieved so much now I can be like buddy with him. No, you don't talk, you don't even look at his face, you look down. You're nobody, you're not a partner with him, you're not a shaykh with him. You have to keep your ihtiram and your respect and your adab at all times. The closer you are, the more dangerous it is for you. Not easier, it's more dangerous. We said, why? The danger of living in Medina is what? No awliya will live there. Because they'll be in 5 days they'll be ihtiram with Prophet astaghfirullah.